Welcome to the 2025 Carl Albert Titan Coaches Show. I'm your host, Kirk Norman, and we're going to have many opportunities this year on the Coaches Show to break down different highlights of the week. We're going to talk to coaches and players, and we're going to continue to share with you the inside look at Carl Albert Titan football.
Hey, turn me up a little bit more in the headphones.
Welcome to the Carl Albert Titan 2025 Coaches Show. Coach, we are in semifinals week, and we're going to take a look back and see what you thought about the McAllister game. I came into the coaches' room. I don't know if you were in there, but I said to the other coaches, you guys saw something on film that I evidently didn't see. I thought that game was going to be a real trench warfare game, and Carl Albert came out on fire.
Yeah, fast start for us. It's the second week in a row that we've done that, and obviously playoff football, it always helps when you get fast starts. But you know, our guys are really dialed in last week for that game plan. They've been hearing all the same things, which were all true. You know, Coach Craig has done a great job over there with his guys, and you know, they started out 0-4 against some really good football teams, and then put together 7 wins in a row, and they were battle tested. Been in overtime a couple times. Had to win some games late, you know, even playing Coweta all the way down to, you know, they got stopped at 4th and goal at about the half-yard line to lose that one. So, you know, they were a team that was going to be ready to go, and they had some bumps in the road there in the playoffs. They lost a couple of really good kids to something off the field, but, you know, our kids were dialed in, and I think a little bit of the tradition took over there, and you know, playing that last game on the home field, and it's always great when you get two home games from winning a district championship. But, you know, I think our guys, they took it personal, protecting their home field and going out and playing well. So it was fun to watch, fun to be a part of. Our guys really got after it.
You know, the offense came to play, obviously, but I'll share this story. I have a new hat on, and I was given this hat. This hat is an honor. And I recognize that. I mean, I recognize that the swarm defense has been a staple of Carl Albert football, but the defense, I mean, they came to play the other night.
Yeah, absolutely. Kids were dialed in. I don't remember what their final yardage stat was, but I know it wasn't a lot. I know from a first down standpoint, they didn't get very many.
No.
You know, we kept them off time, you know, kept them behind the sticks. So a lot of 2nd and longs, a lot of 3rd and longs, which, you know, it's a lot easier to call defense when you've got a little bit of room there to call it.
Well, they went 3 and out on the first 6 possessions.
Yeah, so, yeah. I knew we were rolling pretty good there, you know, but guys played physical too. You know, again, you know, when we can go out and execute calls and do it out there on the field without coaching it on the field like they do in practice, it always helps. And so, you know, I always say it, the teams that can make the adjustments in game and can do the things that the coaches have coached out on the field when live bullets are flying, you know, those are your best teams. And so, you know, I think you see these last 4 teams that are standing in 5A, and you got a lot of really good football teams that have good personnel, but they're also very well coached. You know, and so, you know, our team, we're well coached, and our kids, they're well prepared, and they take those things, those positions we put them in, and they go excel. And so that's what we saw the other night on the defensive side of the ball.
I know that practicing on Thanksgiving Day is a big deal, and so you know, we saw it on Facebook, we saw it on X, but you have a little bit of fun with that as well. And so the other night, right there on the sidelines, obviously somebody had brought the turkey glasses, and practicing on Thanksgiving Day is a big deal around here. And so we've got several things planned for that. Do you want to share a little bit about what the players will be doing on their final day of prep?
Yeah. So POTD, we've gotten to do it. I think this is the 10th time in a row. I think is the number. So we've kind of got some traditions really throughout the week. You know, we kick for fartleks on Monday. We let our big boys catch the ball. We had 3 freshmen the other day go 3 for 3 on the kicks. So, you know, we do that. We had fajitas over at our house on Monday night with the offense. Coach Herbert had the defense over for ribeye steaks Tuesday night. Thursday we'll do our practice, 9 o'clock, about 9:15. You know, alumni is always invited, and we always have a ton of people show up. And Coach Cam will put on his Thanksgiving playlist, and then you know, we'll have Tom the turkey up in the stands. He always comes too. But you know, then kids walk off after a great practice and get a turkey leg, and then you know, we always open up our houses to our kids. If anybody doesn't have a place to eat, we open that up. I always tell the guys today when we're walking off practice, if you want to go eat with the position coach, there's not a coach here that would turn you away. So just a lot of cool things around here, a lot of things that have become tradition because we've been able to do it so many times. But it's a great time. You know, I have to always tell our kids, you know, there's going to be lots of stuff going on. There's going to be distractions. But remember what the main thing is. You can show all these guys, the alumni, what they can be proud of by the way that you're practicing out there and the way that you're zoned in and dialed in on the job at hand. And so that's our task as far as the football team goes, but there's lots of cool stuff going on around them as they're doing it. It's a lot of fun. Every year it's a lot of fun.
Well, McAllister goes home with a 55-0 loss, and that sends Carl Albert to Norman North High School this Friday evening against the Newcastle Racers. And we're going to be back. We'll be talking about Newcastle and some of the things that are going on this week in Carl Albert football. We'll be back with you in just a moment on your Carl Albert Titan 2025 Coaches Show.
The mission is greater than you. The mission tonight is greater than you. What does that mean? What's our mission tonight? 1-0. 1-0. Figure out a way to go 1-0 by any means necessary. That's the mission. Now let's talk about you. Let's talk about you from a positive perspective. Being fast, being physical, being dominant, being a Carl Albert Titan. Understand, you provide to the mission, but the mission as a whole is greater than you. That makes sense? Be a great teammate tonight. Be a great Carl Albert Titan tonight. Let's go figure out a way to go 1-0 to get ourselves to POTD. The mission is greater than you.
Ride the hallway, ride the bus. Walk my house, look like I'm in plus. Walk in the strip, she gon' make it buzz. I do damage, can't stand it. Psycho bandit, like it's Marilyn Manson. Got the cash advancing. You just right in enhance it. Pull the walk out the pantry. Take a sip and I'm dancing. She bop like a plan B. She lit like a candle. Booted up in the car seat. Hold it for ransom. Want her back, better call me. It's whatever I'm geek. Buying a punch at the party.
They fly, they looking dummy. I'll probably get fried, I look like a mummy. I'm getting this cash, it's Monday to Sunday. I guess you won't talk if it ain't about the money. My boys in the trap and they jump like a bunny. Got pounds and it ain't nothing funny. Up on the side and I keep it coming. If I gotta reach up, I'ma keep it down. Way I slide in that coupe, boy, I keep that hung. We done went right there, all the way to the sun.
Ride the hallway, ride the bus. I do damage, can't stand it. Psycho bandit, like it's Marilyn Manson. Got the cash advancing. Get the Sprite and enhance it. Pull the walk out the pantry.
Ain't fly, they looking dummy. I'll probably get fried, I look like a mummy. I'm getting this cash, it's Monday to Sunday. I guess you won't talk if it ain't about the money. My boys in the trap and they jump like
Okay. Welcome back to our Carl Albert Titan 2025 Coaches Show. Today we have two of our special players, Wyatt LeClaire and Darion Thomas, and we're excited to be talking with them. This is semifinals week, and you guys just walked off the practice field, and you feel like practice is good today? Go ahead.
Yeah, practice is very good today. I feel like our energy and intensity was up today. You know, we just got to carry that until tomorrow's pregame practice and to the game. We're going to be good.
All right. Wyatt, what do you think?
I feel like he hit it on the head right there. I mean, practice is pretty good. I feel like we carry it over tomorrow. We'll be set for Friday. So.
Okay. So, Wyatt, you're on the offensive line, and so you touch the ball more than any other player in any game, right?
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
you're down there. You've got the ball. You start everything off. You make it happen. You're not, when they say the center, that carries a little more meaning. You're actually the center of the line, and you're the guy that's kind of responsible for what's going on around you. And you're a senior this year, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you've kind of waited your time, and now you're the guy in the middle. And what does it feel like to have these younger guys all around you, and you kind of being the old man on the line?
I mean, it's kind of special. They all call me Grandpa sometimes around there. So, but it's good to be able to be that person that people would look up to, and I can set a good example for them and kind of lead them in the right direction. So.
Okay. So as a senior, what do these next 2 games mean to you?
It's everything. It's the last 2 games I'll ever play football-wise. I mean, it's kind of crazy, but.
Yeah. So, Carl Albert, we've had great success during your tenure here, and you've got the opportunity to play Newcastle coming up on Friday, and Newcastle's a good team. What do you see in them?
Pretty good. I mean, they got a pretty stout defensive line, and I feel like they're all around good team. It'll be a good matchup.
Okay. All right, Darion. You've been playing some great ball lately. I've called your name several times. And what year are you in?
Third year.
Nope.
Junior year.
Okay, you're a junior. That's right. So you're going to be coming back for another year.
Yes, sir.
And you got on the field a little bit earlier this season, and you really kind of made a name for yourself. So tell us what you enjoy about your position and your ability to go out and make plays.
Being a linebacker, you can kind of see the whole field kind of, so you can see what the linemen do. You just react off what they do, and I go play ball after that, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's great being a linebacker, you know what I'm saying, be able to see the field and react off to that.
Okay, and you've been a headhunter a couple of times this year. I mean, we've called your name. You've laid some guys out.
Yeah, just got to have that dog mentality, you feel me?
Okay.
They're scared.
You got to have that dog mentality. All right, so let's break off. Let's go to Thanksgiving. You guys, you've got one more practice, and we're going to be up here. It's an important practice. We get the opportunity to have the alumni come back. You're going to walk out of here with a turkey leg, and we've been able to do that every year for a while. And but what do you do when you get home? So I want you to share with us, what is your family's Thanksgiving ritual?
We kind of move around. Like, I'll go to my grandma's house,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'll go to my uncle's house afterwards, you know what I'm saying? But of course, we got this every year,
Right.
POTD, so, I love it, man. I love
All right.
it.
Grandma cooked pretty good?
Yes, but the rolls I'll be tearing up.
Okay.
The rolls it'd be hitting. But
Okay, are you like a butter and jelly guy or just butter?
Just butter.
Just butter.
Yeah.
Just you just want the roll and some butter making it good.
The roll's good enough for me. That's all I need.
All right. You don't even need butter.
Nah.
Okay. All right. All right, Wyatt, what have you got going on? Now, I know that your dad has cooked several times, and he's quite the chef. So,
Yes.
What do you guys do on Thanksgiving?
So after POTD, we go over to my grandma's house, and we have a big old feast, basically, and we'll have turkey, ham, all the fixings, and we just eat it up and have a whole bunch of family time. So
Okay. You sleep after that?
I sleep quite a bit after that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty full, so.
You eat so hard, you got to have a nap. Okay. All right. Well, you guys, we're like I said, we've got this one game. We don't look past the first game, right? I mean, Newcastle's all we're looking at, and it's going to be a quality opponent. So, as you look to that game, can you give us one person you expect on your team to play lights out come Friday night?
I expect, obviously, Delijah, our running back. I think he's going to play good, helping us out on both sides. So I think Delijah will step up pretty big time.
Okay. Who do you think this year?
I think Elijah too. They gotta. You know what I'm saying? They say if they stop him, they're going to win the game. So, I mean, I feel like our line, they're going to do their thing and make sure he get his stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I feel like he's going to have a very good game.
All right. Okay, well, it's been good talking to you. We want the best for you come Friday night so we can move on and go back to the University of Central Oklahoma and play on that campus.
Yes, sir.
And go watch that waterfall roll while we look for a gold ball.
Yes, sir.
So it's been good talking to you, Wyatt. Thank you. And Darion, thank you.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back with you here in just a moment on your Carl Albert Titan 2025 Coaches Show.
Live at Gary Rose Stadium in Midwest City, Oklahoma, the home of the reigning, defending, 18-time state champion. It's time for your Carl Albert Titans!
Say your prayers and so on. Don't forget my son to include everyone.
Welcome back to the Carl Albert Titan 2025 Coaches Show. Well, Coach Dunn, we made it to the semifinals and Newcastle Racers. One of the things that I thought of this week, we had a preview here back in August, and 3 of the schools that came to that preview are all still in the 5A semifinals.
Yeah.
Lawton MacArthur, Newcastle, and Carl Albert.
Yeah.
And that was a nice preview.
Yeah, and Edmond Memorial was the other one.
Exactly.
Who just made it, to the quarterfinals in 6A football. We try to have a really good group every single year. A couple years ago, I think we had 7 teams, and there were 3 defending state champions that were there. With Tuttle came and Washington was there.
Washington was there, yeah.
It was a big day, that one, but it's always one that gets you ready. And so, yeah, we've all 3 seen each other and gone up against each other a little bit, and obviously that would Lott and Mac. That's if we make it to that, and they do. And so there's a lot of things that have to happen for that. But getting that look at each other, us in Newcastle, neither one of us, we were both playing a bunch of guys. Both of us, neither one of us are going to be showing a bunch of stuff, or we're both playing a week or 2 later, and so. There's not a lot you can take from that, but it was good. It's just good experience because you're playing against good people there at the beginning, and it just kind of reaffirms why we do it.
All right. So before we jump into Newcastle and Friday night's game, just the setup right now, Lawton MacArthur is going to be playing Bishop McGuinness. They're playing at Noble, and we're playing Newcastle. When you look, MacArthur has had a great year. Bishop McGuinness, a little bit of a down year for them, but they are deadly when they make it to the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And so as you look forward, we're not looking past Newcastle, but as you look forward, what do you think about those 2 teams on the other side?
Just well coached, physical, tough. The way that I've said it is you've got 3 what I would say are the blue blood types of 5A with Lawton MacArthur, Bishop McGuinness, Carl Albert, and then Newcastle. They've thrown themselves in that mix too now with being in 5A for just a couple of years and already having 2 semifinal appearances. And last year, they were really close to being a finalist. And so you've got to throw them in that same mix. So I think you really did get probably 4 of the top at least 5, 6 teams in 5A or in the semifinals. So. I think that's going to be a knockdown, drag out. They just played 3 weeks ago in the final game of district. Lawton MacArthur had to win by 10 to become the first place team, which moved McGuinness all the way down to third place.
Third place, right.
They would have been the first place team if they wouldn't have not got beaten by 10 points or more. And so it's just crazy how it all worked out with the numbers and all that stuff. But I think you're going to have a really tight football game between those 2 teams. And 2 teams that know each other well, have played each other quite a bit in the past, and I think it'll be a heck of a football game. All
right, so let's look at Newcastle. Just looking at film, I've only had a couple of opportunities. One of the things I see in Newcastle is an extremely disciplined team, and they kind of let you beat yourself if you're willing to. And so Talk to us about what you see in Newcastle and how that's going to play out for us.
Yeah, well, another team that's battle tested. We talked a lot about that last week with McAllister. They've been in a lot of tight games and have played some good teams, and Newcastle is no different. You know, they've played really tough teams. Non-district, they played Tuttle, they played Elgin, your two, top-ranked teams in 4A. They're both undefeated. They got beat by McGinnis, who's got one loss, and so you take their 3 losses and you look at that, and those teams are combined like 35-1.
Right.
So you can't really say that they haven't been battle tested, and you can't say much about, no coaches look at it like quality losses, but we can, be on
Exactly.
the other side of it.
Right.
Those are teams that are really good, and so you're right. They're very disciplined. They're good at what they do, both sides of the ball. They're well coached. They've got good players. Big linemen. They're really big up front, both sides of the ball. They've got some guys that are two-way guys, just like we do. And then they've got guys outside that are tough. I think it starts with their running backs. Number 5, number 24, both really good players. Downhill runners, can make you miss. They run hard. They'll run through you. We've got to be really good tacklers, and that's every week. We got to be physical, which is also every week. But when you play teams that you can tell on film, they thrive off of that. You definitely have to go and match that, take it up another level. So it's a really good football team. This time of year, there's no bad ones left, and so it'll take our A game on Friday night for sure.
Okay, so you've talked about all the things that are going on this week, but how have practices been this week?
Been good. Kids have been really dialed in. This time of year, I've said it before, our guys are used to taking it up another level, and it's no different with the coaches. It's fun for me to kind of sit back and watch the urgency and the intensity that the coaches really bring. Yesterday we started out, and it's a different routine. Usually we're starting at about 2 o'clock. Well, during this week we're starting at 9 o'clock.
Right.
And so when our kids got up here yesterday, you could tell we had watched film for about 40 minutes, and there was a little bit of a lull there. And Coach Cam, he blew the whistle once. They started out to do one warm-up, and he started it all over. And he said, nope, that's not going to be good enough. Get going. Get your blood hot, And so it's one of those, you just got to keep your edge, It doesn't
Right.
It's Coach Rollins used to say it every single year. Nothing's changed. This is what we expect to do every year. So we're not going to change anything that we do. We're not going to change our routine. And luckily, we've done it enough that we have a routine. And so, always just trying to keep that edge and keep our guys right there on that line that they have to be on. And our guys have had a really good week of practice. Been dialed in. They've been fed well this week. They're gonna get fed well tomorrow, and get to do all the fun stuff to go and play a game on Friday night. So it'll be a fun week.
Well, I'm excited to be there. It is going to be at Norman North. The kickoff is at 7:30, right?
7.
Okay, 7 o'clock.
They're all at 7 now.
7 o'clock. 7 o'clock at Norman North, and we will be the away team, so we'll be on the other side of the field. You just need to know that. And I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked the players earlier. So you're gonna grab a turkey leg tomorrow, whether you eat it or not, I don't know, but you're going to grab one for sure. What does your family do for Thanksgiving?
So my brother's family is coming into town. I just got a text message a while ago. They'll be here in the next 30 minutes or so. It's kind of a surprise. I thought they're going to be here tomorrow, but brother, his family, mom and dad, we'll eat over at my house. We've got 2 ovens, and so my wife, she loves to cook, but we're pretty traditional. We'll do a ham, we'll do a turkey, a little green bean casserole. I like hash brown casserole, so we'll definitely have some hash brown casserole. Mac and cheese, I think we do that every year. Pretty traditional. I'm like Darion, though. I'll eat a roll or 2 probably. I'll probably do some butter on it, but just your typical Thanksgiving dinner.
All right. Well, Thanksgiving's important. We're thankful for all the families, all the players. This has been a great year for the Carl Albert Titans, and we're excited to see this semifinal round and match up against the Newcastle Racers. So we want you there. We want you cheering on the Titans. If you're in town, make sure that you come out to the game and give your support to this team that has played so hard this year. Coach Dunn, it's been a great year, and I look forward to having another coaches show next week.
Absolutely. Yeah, come out on Friday. Come support your Titans. 7 o'clock kick. Get there early, be loud, be proud, and let's have a great Friday night.
We'll be back next week with your 2025 Carl Albert Titan Coaches Show.